There's something you need to know, and it's contained in either this High Priestess, or that High Priestess. Don't mess about, don't overthink it. You will be attracted to either number 1, number 2, number 3 as a card, okay? We are going to look at whatever it is that you need to know. And believe me, something is going to come up. It's going to give you details, times, places. We are going to spill the tea on your current situation. So get cracking, choose one, and I'll see you on the other side. Namaste. Okay, you chose number 1, this High Priestess. And I can tell you now that you people are a little bit different. I'm not going to use the deck that this card came from. That's what I originally intended to do. And then straight away, I got like a channeled message saying, don't do that, use a different one. So here we are using a different deck. Let's take just 3 cards. And I've already got some oracle cards to the side. So we're going to add those as well. Okay, I'm really, really pleased to see you getting the Star as your first card. Oh my God, I knew you lot were going to be trouble. Woohoo! Right. Let's work with what we've got on the table. Maybe go pour yourself a drink. Maybe a strong one. We've got the Star. This is very, very encouraging because the High Priestess, I mean, I don't know if I'd necessarily call her a manifester because other people go to the High Priestess for advice. Traditionally, at the Greek oracle at Delphi, the High Priestess would just be there in situ, and you would go along and you would make an offering and you would get her kind of channeled message. What I'm getting for you straight off the bat, and this is a bit of a weird message, and it may not come across as literally as this, but there's something about your mission at the moment being to defeat bad things. I don't want to call it evil because the devil isn't always evil. There's something about defeating toxicity, defeating an imbalance of power, things that aren't fair, things that are toxic, that starve oxygen from a situation, people that just shouldn't be there. Now, this could be for some of you in your own situation. It could be because we've also got the King of Wands here. And the King of Wands is, it can be patriarchy, it can be power, it can be somebody in a relationship who is fairly confident as a person, quite exciting, quite sexy and attractive as a person, but it's coming up as a warning vibe for some reason. And you're coming up as someone who can make a difference. Maybe even teach others how to make a difference. Share your knowledge of how you got to this point. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves because I don't know if you're at this point yet, but you've got your feet in the door. This card, the Devil, yeah, I'm looking for a different deck, so I want to clarify that card for you, and I think it's really important that I do. It's weird because the deck that I'm looking for, and this is something that may have happened to you recently, and if any of this resonates with you, say hello in the comments and drop me your astrology, your star sign, or as much as you're comfortable to share, because I'm always interested in people's astrology. Now, that's the deck I'm looking for. It's hiding for a start. Something is hiding here. Something is hiding from you, but you're hiding from something. I'm getting a channeled image of you as a much younger person, like a young child playing hide and seek in a garden. I'm getting weird further channeled messages, and this is the deck I couldn't find, the Enchanted Veil, and that's what this card comes from, but I didn't want to use it straight away. I've used a different deck. This is the Art Deco deck. This deck is always about people who live between the veil of reality and unreality. So that can be exactly what High Priestess is. It's usually the sign that I'm dealing with empaths, magical people, I mean, you might have been called a weird person, but you're kind of weird in a good way. And you're in good company here, because a lot of people on my channel are weird in a good way, and that's why we're here. Okay, it's giving me an itchy nose. Let's take another card for that Devil card. Oh my God. Pew, pew, pew. I love that card. I wasn't going to do reversals, but I'm taking the reversals. Okay. Let's just zoom out a bit so we can start building your reading. Put number 1 at the top, mostly to remind me. Okay. Put these here. Put you there. Now, the Lovers. This is one of the most beautiful Lovers cards that's out there. Let's just say that, because I want to give credit where it's due. This is Hattie Thorne's deck, and it is the Enchanted Veil Tarot. The Lovers is a choice. It's a choice usually about relationships, but we get the 7 of Wands in reverse. 7 of Wands is a power card. So as you can see here, it's who's got the higher ground, who's got the biggest stick. Power and power in relationships has come up for you and will come up for you in the near future. Think back to times again when you were younger. I keep getting this, you hiding in the garden, you hiding around a house. And yes, it's a game, but also it's more than a game. You have a reason to not want to be seen. And I like this message, but for some reason it's bringing up sadness in my chest. The universe wants you to know, and please put it in the comments as well, especially if you've been going through this or feeling invisible. The universe wants to know you are seen. So if this relates to you, just try typing that in the comments. I am seen. It's a complete sentence. It's very important, and this message for you is it's very important to be heard, to be seen, to be listened to. But the first person who needs to do that is yourself. You have had a problem in your life with gaslighting. This could, again, have been fed to you at a young age. It could have happened in a relationship that you've recently got out of, that you're in now, whatever it is. It can be in your family dynamic. A lot of you, there's a see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. I'm getting a kind of a monkey with its eyes covered. It's this, we shan't speak of this. Now, something is in your life that requires a decision. And this decision is challenging a power balance. Okay, let's take a few more cards for this. I'm going to use this deck and the other one as needed. Oof, this is really, really, really strong, this reading already. I feel like when you were at school, you were separate from the crowd. You were picked out. You could have been in like the gifted pupils set, you know, or seen an educational psychologist, or just felt people didn't understand you because they didn't understand you. You were right about that feeling. I've got the 6 of Cups in reverse. That's an interesting card. When we get the 6 of Cups in reverse, again, it's the childhood's... Hang on. Okay, this is weird. it was the 9 of Cups, and I read it as a 6 because it came out like that. But what card do you think came out after that? The 6 of Cups. Oh my God. This is about a relationship. It's about your relationship with yourself being split into 2. It's about you not trusting who you see in the mirror. It's also about you not being able to trust who you see on the other side of a relationship, whether that is a romantic relationship, whether that is a friendship, or your relationship to the world, or your relationship to others as, you know, spirit in a human body on this here earth. God, that is interesting. Now, the 9 of Cups is what you want, what your heart wishes for. You've been too long, number 1, not listening to your heart. You've been trained almost to not trust your heart. And for some of you, you have somehow been trained to trust other people with your heart who have no business being near it. And that's really important with that Devil card and that Star card, because there's a lot more to you than meets the eye, and you've had to keep a lid on that for a really long time. King of Wands is a challenger, so this could be somebody who you're in a romantic connection with. This could be someone who is in your family. This could be someone, it's a person around you. I don't get terrible vibes off this card. I get very difficult historical vibes off that card. This card, there's a strength here. They could be a bit of an overpowering character, certainly a very confident character, but I don't get the difficult. It could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sag, because also the 7 of Wands is Mars in Leo. So you're not used to occupying your own space. And this is only for 1 or 2 of you, and you may not want to speak up in the comment section. I totally get it. Your sleeping arrangement is compromised. I don't know if your mattress is wrong, or you have to sleep like the window is broken, or you don't feel safe where you sleep. It's really important, if you can, to create a safe sleeping environment for yourself. You may have been having trouble sleeping. You may have been waking at 3 in the morning. There are messages that the universe can only whisper to you when it's that quiet that you will hear them, because the rest of the time you're filling your life with noise to drown it out. Let's take a couple of cards for the 6 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. I believe that, you know, the 9 of Cups is what your heart truly wishes for, and it's in the reverse. You haven't, when you were younger, you didn't have the opportunity, and actually it wasn't even that. You didn't even know that there was something to wish for, or that you as a human would count enough to have a wish. And now, you know, that child is inside the adult body. We get the Hanged Man in reverse, which is good, actually. I like that, because it shows there's an activation. We have an activation. Something is... I've got to get such weird channeled messages for you, number 1. I'm getting an apple with a worm in, but the worm is crawling out of the apple. It's like, screw this, I cannot stay here. Like, the host is no longer receptive. Oof! Oh my God. Yes, Four of Cups. Okay, in reverse. These reversals are good. The Four of Cups in reverse is what I call the emotional percolator, the emotional dam. So it can be one of two things. Recently, you may have noticed feelings coming up at different times that you can't attach to anything. So it could be hearing a certain song and feeling really emotional. It could be feeling emotional out of nowhere. You're just cleaning the bog or something, or doing something really ordinary. Queuing up at the supermarket, you're welling up with something. It's feelings that are very, very powerful, but don't seem to belong to the circumstances that they come up in. The Hanged Man in reverse is what I call the stand man. This card wants to come out. Support from friends. Okay. There are one or two people in this world that really, really know you. And those people are your ride or die. There is something here about those people rooting for you. And these people, they may be people who've passed over, they may be internet friends, they may be real life friends, whatever. They are rooting for you. There's this little company of like witches or angels, or I love this for you, of almost as if there were a committee of high priestesses there wanting to support you in this particular, and it's not even like a yes or no decision. It's a whether you go down one path or the other decision. Now, this may, for some of you, have a very romantic focus. I will be doing an extended reading for number 1, number 2, number 3, and I will focus on love relationships very much more in the extended reading. But just to flag this up, okay, this could be with the Six of Cups in reverse as well. You're at a massive turning point in your relationships, in who calls the shots, in claiming your territory. And I don't mean that in a sort of, well, I've got the power over you or you've got the power over me. It's more that. Three of Wands. You're starting out on this journey and it's not the same place that you've been before. And it's good, but it's not the same you that people are used to, and you may get some backlash. You may get people wanting to fit you back into the box that you've just managed to get out of. With the Star, know that you are a master manifester. You are able, and always have been able, and I'm getting almost able to turn water into wine. I mean, it's like there is no limit actually to what you can do. Some people are into journaling, some people are into vision boarding. Whatever you're into, I don't mind, because you'll be into something. Make sure you love yourself enough to practice it every day, especially when it comes to taking a certain path. This is, yeah, look, got the Nine of Swords. This is you awake at 3. I call this the 4 a.m. card. Now maybe it's 3 a.m. for you, but whatever. You have worry. Oh, another card. Whoa, okay, good. And we have the 10. I'm glad to see the 10, because the 10 is when it becomes too painful to stay the same. You've been going through this awakening for about 10 months. You have maybe tried various things to avoid it. Look out for using food as an emotional, for eating, you know, eating your emotions. Is that what they call it? Using food as an emotional substitute, particularly if you have that kind of addictive personality. You know, like if you used to be a smoker, you gave up smoking, but ever since then, biscuits have been a thing. You know what I mean? Know yourself. Know yourself. And if it is about a relationship for you, whether it's romantic or otherwise, Forget trying to know about the other person for now. You're not an emotional detective, nor are you a sleuth. It's like it's time for you to be quietly obsessed with who you are. Doesn't make you some kind of narcissist. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'm getting channeled a key to a beautiful wooden box. And you are willing now. The key is in your hand. You're willing to turn the key. You're ready to turn the key. I'm excited. Have you noticed? I'm going to get your oracle cards out here. Yes. First oracle card you get is the crone. This is divine feminine wisdom coming through your ancestors. Woohoo! Your feminine female ancestors. So you may not even be able to recognize this. It doesn't matter. Just allow the signs to show up for you, because they're going to be weird. Getting strong messages that you are getting help from someone in your family who passed over. It could be generations ago, it could be recent. It will come in the form of a coin. It might have already done that. A coin that you either find on the street, or it's on a necklace, or it's in a pair of trousers. It could be foreign. It's very significant. Yes. You then get Spirit of the River. I love this card because I know what this is, particularly if I am dealing with water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or you are. Spirit of the River, the movement towards adventure is, it's not like doing a bungee jump and taking a massive leap. It's more like following a wave. So think of it as following a wave. You're meant to be going in the direction you're going in. You're meant to be here, and eventually you'll be meant to help others find their way as well. Yes! I'm going to stop shouting. Come to the edge. I love this. You have lived too long hiding away. I know you don't want to feel exposed, and I know you don't like being in big groups, and you don't want to be the life and soul of the party, and we're not talking about that. You are more of an introvert. You're definitely an individual, and it feels like the universe just wants you to take its hand and see where it leads you next. You're ready. It's ready to communicate with you. It's going to do it in weird ways. It knows that you've been through it. It knows about your history. It knows how long you've been restricted and pinned and not just unable to speak up, but not even to know that you have a voice in the first place. And to have no expectation of that voice being heard, believed, or understood. The universe says, take my hand. Take it. Number one. Okay, I'm going to go and do your extended reading. I'm going to look more at love, connection and relationship. So I will dig more into the Lovers card here and the Devil card. And I will also use different decks and see what comes up for you in specifically for love and relationships. Thank you, number one. It's a privilege to do your reading. Namaste. Okay, number two, you chose this High Priestess, who for some reason, I kind of think of her as like the High Priestess of rock and roll. I don't know what that's all about. Let's have a look for you what messages we get. I'm going to take you. Ooh. How long have you been alone is the first message I get. And this may be like literally alone, it may be physically alone, it may also be mentally alone. And what I'm also getting a message about is that you can feel alone in a relationship, or you can feel alone in a room full of people. I'm getting misunderstood. Oh, nice. Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to take another one to go with it. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, impatience. Okay, I think I get this so far. Things have been, how can I politely put this? You tell me in the comments section, okay? Also, if you leave a comment, leave your astrology, because I love to know what people's astrological stuff is. Don't leave birthdays or anything, but some astrology, always good. This is a sense of impatience with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You are not always an impatient person. You do have the ability for great patience, but something has gone on too long, and it would test the patience of a saint, is what I'm getting. This is a change of direction. I suppose if we were just going to be really basic about it, we call it, you know, another run of luck. My luck has changed. Wheel of Fortune, I'm coming into this different run. But this is a bit of a test, or something you've had to endure first. Things have not been easy for you. I'm just zooming out a little bit so I can add some more cards. Things have not been easy, and I want to jump straight to your oracle cards because I feel like they're going to give us a massive insight. So let's have your oracle cards. Ooh. Thanatos, which is like getting the death card of transformation. A leg up, this is good. Okay, so getting a boost, getting that much needed boost. Ooh, yes. And Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. God, the question for you, number 2, is what have you been holding on to? And why? And are you willing to let it go? I'm just going to look up Thanatos on here, because I don't want to get it wrong, but I'm almost certain. I think it's the Greek word for death. Yeah. Twin brother of Hypnos, the god of sleep, and son of Nyx, which is night. Okay. There's something here about renewing. Rest, renewal, but also there is one missing piece that you're looking for, that you're missing. It's right there, but you're seeing straight past it because you're almost looking too hard. Let's put these up here. The Dragon's Hoard of protecting the future is like a double-edged sword, because I don't know if you saw, was it The Hobbit that had, is it Smaug, where, and it's like a trope that happens in myth, like King Midas, you know, where somebody has a lot of something, or they have a feeling that they need to protect something. You have a feeling that you need to keep hold of something, protect something, keep something close. Could be a relationship, could be a job, could be a state of mind, could be a pattern of how you live. And the universe wants to bust it wide open. And I can understand your reluctance at wanting to go there. I get the King of Swords in reverse. You may have been attracted to number 1 as well. Let me know in the comments. Yes, you certainly would have been. I'm almost certain. Just because there's some echoes here. It's not the same message at all, but some of the cards. Okay. King of Swords in reverse. If you watch my channel, you will know that I consider the King of Swords in reverse to be really a bit difficult. It can be anything from someone who is difficult to know, as in they just find it really difficult to process their emotions, to express their emotions, to deal with their emotions, to feel their emotions. That can be like one end of the spectrum with the King of Swords. And then the other end of the spectrum with the King of Swords is full-blown like narcissistic tendencies, or just being a narcissist. You have to be careful with this energy. Narcissism is something that has popped up in your life and maybe revisited you under the guise of different people. You may have grown up with a narcissist in the house. You may have, like, your first ever love affair or whatever was with a narcissist, or it's been a feature of people. It's a pattern that's come up that you're almost like, why, you know, same thing, different person. Why is this following me around? And then we have the Star with the Seven of Cups. And the universe is saying to you, you may be doing some magical thinking here. You may be doing some magical, like number one, you have a great ability to manifest. But like all great manifestors, there is a very fine line between manifesting and fantasizing. And you need to be very sure, number two, the universe wants you to be very sure which side of that line you're falling on, because it's affecting what's going on in your situation. And there is a great need from the universe to tell you, to give you this leg up, to show you that things can be very, I don't know if it's much better, things can be very different. Got a white butterfly just going past the window right now. Gorgeous. And it's literally, hello. It's outside, it flew this way, now it's flown back. And now it's, yeah, making a complete display for you about freedom. About your freedom and how your freedom is actually really important. And I don't know what has happened along the way here to make you feel, and I'm going to take a couple of cards about it actually, to make you feel that it's not. Yeah, you get the Hanged Man. These are your shadow cards, by the way. With the Wheel of Fortune, oh my God. And the Four of Wands. I like that for you. Something is holding a situation back. But it's holding you back. And that Wheel of Fortune wants to spin. But at the moment, it can't. There's something you're holding on to that's putting brakes on the Wheel of Fortune. I know what I want. I want the Price of Love Oracle. And we're going to look at the Price of Love Oracle. For those of you where this is affecting just a love relationship, exclusively a love relationship, there will be an extended reading for each number 1, number 2 and number 3, okay, where we can go deeper into love and your connection and what's coming up in this reading. So if you get to the end of this reading, there'll be a link in the description box for that. But this can be for any relationship, okay? Love relationship, or relationship with siblings, relationship with friends, family. Yeah, interference. Ooh, interference, redaction. I'll show you these cards again a bit closer. Yes. Sorry, I'm getting shouty. Yes. Okay, look. Get the camera right. You get interference. This is an influence from the outside, but it's also like radio noise, interference. 7 of Cups that you get down here is lots of different voices going on. It's all the different things you've ever heard and all the things you're hearing now. And it feels like radio noise. And it's hard for you to work out what's yours and what's someone else's, is a message that I get. A lot of this is to do with identity and you making sure that you have a strong enough identity to know where you begin and end. And for some of you to know where another person begins and ends in this, whether that person is, you know, your mother or father and the relationship that you had and how that's affecting you now, or whether that other person is a romantic interest, a partner, a love connection. It's very important for you to get all of this influence and noise out of your head. Maybe have like a digital detox for a couple of days. I also get a really cool image of you walking by water, more like a river than the sea. And just that rivers have a lot of knowledge to offer you. We've got redacted. And this is like in legal documents where people are subpoenaed to give evidence. And there are certain parts of it that aren't required, or that they don't feel are necessary to the case, or frankly that they just want to not show you. So they're redacted, they're marked out. The rest of it's in Latin anyway, so not many people would be able to read it. Someone that you are communicating with is not sharing, King of Swords, their true feelings with you, or maybe their true thoughts, or both. We've got know your worth. And this is very important because I feel like you're going to have a really big breakthrough on this in the next few weeks, knowing your worth. And you may think you know your worth, and you may have done work around knowing your worth. But this is like, think about Thanatos, think about the release. It's also a massive paradigm shift. Love me a paradigm shift. You're going through a shift about truth. Think of the King of Swords. The King of Swords has the sword of truth. This is a channel message for somebody. The reason why you are buying into somebody's saying that may not be true, is because you're not being true with yourself. You're not speaking your own truth. But more importantly, you're not living your own truth. God, your reading is very, very deep. I want another one of these for you. Let's take another archetypes card for you. How weird is that? Number 1 got that one, I think. Well, no, I don't think I know. I want to take a third one now. That one. Oh, that's so cool. The Mentor. Notice that we get an owl on that as well. Owls are about wisdom, but they're also about truth. They often show up on the Justice card with Athena. The crone, and it's interesting because number 1 did get this, is about ancestors and about the truth line that runs through your family. They're have been secrets in the truth line of your family, and it could be your own nuclear family, it could be the wider family. Secrets have been, I don't want to say an issue because that just puts too broad a brush on it, but secrets, or the holding back of information, the sharing of information, the telling of information, these things have all been high currency in your family. There is a tendency to use information as a weapon in some way, but also to gatekeep information. And I think as a young child, because anyone getting this reading, receiving this reading, has High Priestess energy. And when we're children, that energy scares the grown-ups, okay? It does. And I feel like you were the gatekeeper of lots of people's information, and that you could read people, and that you could be very sensitive to their mood and the vibration and the mood of the room. You could read the room literally, and that this, God, this is a weird channeled message, that the young child that was then reading the room, like back when you were 6 or however old, is sending you a message from the past to now to tell you that you were right. That's a very important channeled message for somebody. You were right. They believe you. I believe you. Whew. That's a lot. That is a lot of a lot. God. Signs are going to show up for you. How are they going to show up, please? How are they going to show up? Jewelry. I've got jewelry. Particularly anything that's been brought down generations. Jewelry, jewelry boxes, rings, things like little spoons, you know, tiny trinkets. I got loads of stuff like that here that I use for pick a card readings and stuff. Little trinkets. I'm not talking, you know, valuable watches, odd little jewelry, bits of trinketry. Trinketry, that's a new word, isn't it? Trinketry. It holds, maybe to just hold that object. And then you get the mentor here, and I'm really getting that an ancestor is mentoring you with this. Someone who did not have the opportunities you have today. And that's not to make you feel that you ought to be doing something else, because life is what it is. But they didn't have the information you're getting now. And this card that came up in the beginning, this 5 of Pentacles. Yes, you walk this path alone, but look in the background. Your ancestors walk alongside you. And they want to help you with this. And I would say with this, around the time of the next new moon, or maybe halfway between the cycle of new moon and full moon, you're going to know, okay? You're going to know what part of the moon cycle to do this in. But convene your ancestors. Call a little meeting. I know it's bonkers. Call a little meeting. And just see what messages they have for you, because believe me, they have them. When it comes to love relationships, there is a need to discover the truth. But first, there's a need to live in your own. There's a need to discover the identity of somebody as well, the true identity, but first there's a need to discover your own. In the extended love reading, I'm going to be using a different deck. I'm going to pull a whole love reading on this story and see what we get, because we're going to get something pretty powerful. I'm going to go and do that now. thank you for being brave enough to show up to number 2, okay? Because this is not an easy pick, and I do get that, totally feel it in my bones. Yeah, I'm going to go and do the extended. Woohoo! I'll see you on the other side, people. Namaste. Hello, you chose number 3. Kudos to you. This is like the High Priestess of the Dark Arts, isn't it? Love it when people go for the kind of difficult option. Let's see what we need to see. I'm going to put her over there in the corner. No one puts baby in the corner, but we just did. Okay, what do we need to know, please? What do we need to know? What is the message coming through? The truth that we need to know. Okay, we get the 4 of Swords with the Sun. That's nice. See, fortune favours the brave, you know. That's one message I get. Oh yeah. Your bravery will be rewarded. That's a message I get as well. We've got the Magician, the Sun, and the 4 of Swords. Wow. The 4 of Swords is traditionally a card that is telling you you need to rest. Not necessarily physically rest. It's like the universe wants to say to you, you've got this. I can give you a signal that you're right. Even though you don't really need one, I can still give you the signal that you're right. So I like the fact that we've got the Magician moving towards the Sun. I've had, and you may not have been attracted to the other 2 numbers, I don't know. I'm not getting like, because I've had some empath vibes, but for you, I'm getting you as the Magician vibes, which I really, really like, but I want to take your oracle cards to see also what are the deeper layers of what we're getting at here. Oh my God. You get the kiss. Oh, I love that. You get the eye of the needle, intentionality. And you get chaos and conflict because you are the rebel who chose number 3. Okay. Oof. Interesting times for you, number 3. Wow. I'm going to put you there on the side. Eye of the needle. I'm going to take a different deck as well. Yeah. I'm going to use it. No. God. Number 3. Keep me guessing. You have an ability to keep people guessing, like a magician does. Okay. So when a magician is doing their show, it's kind of partly what they're doing, but it's kind of partly guessing on the part of the audience as well. And the magician kind of playing on the fact that the audience is guessing and their need to guess and their desire to know. It feels you feel mysterious to me. Ooh. Hang on. I love that you get that. You see, this deck I used for number 1. And there's the High Priestess. Wheel of Fortune in reverse with, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. You're a dark horse, number 3. Okay, you may have been drawn to number 1, but for different reasons. For a lot of you, this may be to do with a relationship. There will be an extended reading for where I'll go deeper into love and relationships, but we will cover that in this reading as well. Because we've got the Knight of Cups kind of riding into the scene here. Let's Just put it like that a little bit and that's it. This is a possibly unexpected offer, but knowing you, not that unexpected. If you have been wanting someone to come forward, know that having the High Priestess and, you know, twice basically, and the Magician, ooh, I'm getting it takes one to know one. I'm getting and this could be one of two things. If this is about a personal relationship, this is about you meeting your match somehow, which is very interesting. And not necessarily your match on paper, you know, you both like playing tennis and you both like the colour blue or whatever. But more of your mystical match, you know, your, whatever the word is for that weird bit of weirdness that makes somebody a match for you. If this is about a career or something that you want to be doing with your life, it's also about matching your energy to the job. What you are seeking, number 3, is seeking you. And it's like the two of you are two sort of objects heading for each other. And what happens when you collide? That's what I want to look at here. You have a lot of power in terms of making things happen, in terms of manifesting. If you have your eye on something, you can make it happen, but you need to be intentional about it. So if you are wanting to manifest, let's say, and we've got here the Kiss, which is just a beautiful card of connection. If you want to manifest connection in a romantic sense, and you were doing manifesting, I would be very, very, very specific about the details of who you want, what you want, how you want it, and when. Think of this as really deeply signaling to the universe, so it can't in any way be in any doubt as to what you deserve, desire, and want. If this is a situation that you want, a job that you want, a state of being that you want, the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, but you don't need it to be in the upright. You've got enough power and enough vigour and vim, as we call it, and enough explosiveness, because we've got chaos and conflict here, which would scare most people, but I don't think it scares you, which is why I was saying fortune favours the brave. The universe wants to light a match under this, and it wants to watch the show. It's into it. You know, sometimes the universe just needs a bit of amusement and a spectacle and to admire something. And the universe admires you. I'm getting the word Fortuna, Wheel of Fortune. You can make that go upright on your own. You don't need the same handout from the universe that well, you may think you do, and you may wish for it very deeply, but the universe is like, whoof. What I'm getting channeled messages, you are the Olympic athlete of this stuff. The universe is pleased with you. It's happy with you. We get clean it up and be flexible. Okay, this is the 3D part of it. You're a very, what I would call 5D person, or somebody who, you know, if you were at Hogwarts, let's just put it this way, it's easier to do it this way for me. You'd be knowing what to do with that magic wand and possibly teaching the others. There is something that needs clearing out in order for you to become fully intentional. So let's have a look at what that is. I'm going to take a couple of shadow cards for you and what needs to be cleared out of your energy in order for you to really maximize on this. That one. Okay. Just zoom in a bit more on that one. So this is what you need to clear out to really maximize your energy. But I'm excited by your energy. Wow. There is an old relationship stuck in your throat. Complete channeled message. And we get 4. Oh my God. Oh my God. You do not go gently into that good night, number 3, and you never will. We need people like you in the world. Okay. Concentrating on these 4 shadow cards as to what's standing in your way a bit, if anything can stand in your way. We've got the World, which is that you're needing to close out a cycle of something. And it can be a cycle of repetition, it can be a cycle of past relationship trauma. You know, if you had one relationship that's been kind of indelibly stamped on you and you felt like you haven't been able to completely escape it. And this could be an ex, it could be family, because we've got the 10 of Cups. And for me, 10 can represent groups and families as well. So getting past or seeing past, or frankly growing past this old version of yourself. We've got the Hierophant, which is your higher knowledge. And for you, this may come down male ancestral lines. And it could come down from the father, it could go, you know, many generations back. And it doesn't necessarily mean that that person has to advise you, but the behavior of that person, the way that they lived, there is a message for you. It's really important. And then this card just wanted to make itself known, the Tower. The Tower is a whisper that turns into a scream, that turns into a shout, you know, that turns into a massive foghorn of an alarm. The universe has been trying to send you messages about, normally I'd just say clearing this. I'm going to say annihilating this. Annihilating this hold that it has on you. Because the Knight of Cups that we have underneath is bringing love in and towards you in whichever way, whether it's romance, whether it's friendship, whether it's love for you, a job you're doing, or love for the universe, love for yourself. And the High Priestess. You are a double High Priestess. You're a High Priestess squared. And who knows, in the extended reading, we could get another one. It'd be like triple High Priestess. Like the ultimate in High Priestess Scrabble score. The Tower will continue to send you signs to whisper. But if you don't acknowledge them, it will shout. In other words, it will create a situation where you can't miss it. And that's okay. It's just a bit of a shock way of going about it. It's just a bit more sudden when it does it that way, okay? Personally, I know it depends on what your situation is. I would try and listen if you can. If you can't, there's a catch-all here. It's going to happen anyway. And I think you'd be glad of that. Let me just have a look at, for you. No, I don't want those actually. Let's look at your person here. or look at your love connection. This is just for those of you that are thinking about love and relationships, because it's crying out. That one. Oh my God. Told you it was crying out. 10 of Cups on the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups on the 10 of Cups. That's the 20 Cups. You got the 20 of Cups. You got the 10 of Cups squared. King of Wands came up for number 1. Nice. And the 3 of Wands, which also came up for one or two. Okay, this is rather brilliant. Truth is, the universe would love to usher in something really rather nice for you if it hasn't already or tried to. It wants to see you break free of the influence of the male line of your family. That may have played out in terms of authority, in terms of good guidance. It could have been positive or negative. Only you will know the answer to that. Those issues in your family have run on for quite some time. So know that the universe wants to kind of break that pattern for you and break that spell for you, but also to see you, in a very cheesy way, walk off into the sunset with something that you deserve. Whether that's the job you want, the relationship you want, the person you want, the future you want, the peace that you want. The universe wants you to walk off into the sunset with that, without trailing this baggage behind you. There's no need to be the lineage bearer anymore for this. The King of Wands is very, very intriguing. This person is fun and nice and kind of represents good times. I get very, very good positive energy off this King of Wands. We've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the 3 of Wands, more fire energy here, which doesn't necessarily make it a fire sign, but it makes it fiery for you. The 3 of Wands is stepping out and into courage, stepping out with full heart, not having to hide anymore. You know, you're coming up as the magician, but as a bit of a secretive magician in that way. And the High Priestess herself can be quite quiet about what she does, quite hidden. You know, the Oracle at Delphi, she speaks in tongues. She's not direct. It's not the vibe of the High Priestess. But there's something here about opening out and you walking out into the light. And for some of you, with somebody else. And I love that for you. I'm here for that. And so is the universe. And I love here that you get the kiss. This is no less than you have always deserved. I feel like there's been confusion around it. I feel like there's been... I don't feel like you don't feel you deserve it or there's a lack of self-esteem, but I feel like there's been an external sort of campaign almost to keep you held back on it. And that ends here, number 3. The universe will not, because you've got the Tower, will not see you continue to be held back in that way. You know it's time. You felt that it's time. You're here for this reading. You were brave enough to choose number 3. Yeah, let's go. I love this for you. In the extended reading, I'm going to break open a couple of new decks and I'm going to look at the love potential here with the Ten of Cups twice. What might be holding us back from this? What is the best way forward? And any other channeled messages and weirdness that we can gather that will help you. It will be in the description box. The extended readings for 1, 2 and 3 will be, the links will be in the description box. I'm going to go and do that now. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste, number 3.